Hey guys, Sky here from HWF, and this is a Mazda RX-7 Savanna from Tomica. The Mazda Savanna RX-7, codenamed SA for the earlier models and FB for the later models, had a production run starting from 1978 up until 1985, with a total of 471,000 units in production and sold worldwide. This model was the first generation to bear the RX-7 badge, and featured the iconic Wankel rotary engine that defined many of the RX-7 models to come. The earlier generation models ran on a 1.2-litre twin-rotor engine that still employed the carburetor technology, before the entire lineup got the eventual upgrade in the form of the early design 13B motor, codenamed 13B RESI, also in the twin-rotor configuration. Before we begin, please do excuse these paint scuffs and scratches on the model, as this has been the plaything for my 2-year-old son. The paint is usually the first casualty given the circumstances of rough play from the kids. Looking at the interior of the model, the interior is nice and detailed, although it is all in one shade of brown. For instance, you can see the gear shifter in the center console, and if you can look very closely, right over there we have the handbrake. The handbrake also rests in the center console, slightly angled towards the passenger side. We have the steering wheel. The dash is nice and low. And not only that, we also have the rear bench molded in, along with the indents for the left and the right seats. Up front on the windshield, we can see the rear view mirror, and there's also some details of the boot space that we can see through the rear windscreen. Of course, over here we see a little bit of overspray in the form of the green body paint on the dashboard. That's not very nice. And over here on the driver's side, we see more of the same thing, but it's a small minor detail. Moving forward to the detailed look segment. Can I just say that this is one of the nicer looking green paint job on any models ever. Even given the standard of this being a Tomica Premium, the green on this model is just unbelievably fantastic. If you look closely at the metallic flakes of the paint, it's just so stunning. Starting from the front, if we look at, there are some very delicate decals in the form of the Mazda logo. If we just zoom in to catch that detail, right there, look, it's extremely delicate, and each alphabet on the Mazda font face is spelled very clearly up front. There is also one at the back on top of the right tail light. This is just a very nice, delicate touch. Shifting back to the front, we can see that there are indicator decals, one below each of the headlights. There are also indicator decals on the side, just above the bumper line. So there is also one on the left side of the model. And On the rear of the model, we can also see that there are tail lights. And now these tail lights are not, from what I can see, they are not decals. They are in fact a piece of red transparent piece that is slapped at the rear of the model, and so it really creates a premium look to the model compared to, well, say the decal ones that you can find from some special Hot Wheels models. Speaking of special, we can see the exhaust tip underneath the right decal, and it is not just a simple exhaust tip, it also has a muffler box underneath the car. Looking at the side profile of this model, there's also something that I really like in the form of these period correct steely rims. On the left hand side, you can see it's the same design, so it's a very nice touch. Another nice touch that I wanted to point out is the rubber strip, the black rubber strip that runs across the side of the model, merging into the front on the bumper, and there is also one on the rear bumper as well. This being a Tomica Premium model, the doors are actually openable, and unfortunately the paint job on these doors are not the greatest. As you can see on the little notch to open and close the doors, it's actually unpainted, so it's you can see the bare metal there. The same goes on the other side, and if we look at the door hinges, there are also, I believe, what appears to be overspray from the brown interior trim. So there's also a hint of overspray on the left side as well. And can I just say, that is some bulky door hinge. But I guess this cannot be mitigated because Tomica probably needed a mechanism, a door hinge mechanism that is durable enough to withstand whatever the kids will throw at it whilst they're playing with the model. Another prominent feature that we can see very clearly from this rear three-quarter view is the rear windscreen is just one very beautiful piece, swooping with its curves from the left side all the way to the right side. There's no pillars here to mess up the curves, it's just one very beautiful swooping transparent plastic that covers up the rear, staying true to the actual designs on the actual car. All in all, I must say this is a pretty good looking model. I mean, the overall stance of the vehicle is just right. It's not too tall and yet it's not too slammed to the floor, so it's period correct in that sense. The tires, if we can get the thing to focus properly, the tires of this car are not too wide, so again, that's period correct, as is the case with the 70s and the 80s sports cars. They all feature narrow tires. And most definitely, the pop-up headlight is a feature that I think most of the kids and adults alike will enjoy a lot of. It's just so much fun popping the headlights back in and then popping the headlights out, for a bit of a different play experience or even just showcase experience for that matter. In any case, this has been Sky from HWF, and until we meet again, bye bye for now.